Hey y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my December TBR, or possibility read, since I'm a mood reader. And like I always say, I'm not going to get all these. Hopefully I'll get to a chunk of them. Any that I've had in past videos that I haven't read yet still are in play, of course. And I'll start with what I'm currently reading. And The Starborn. I might finish this before December, but I just wanted to still show you. By KB Hall. And this came out last week, I think. I read the synopsis in a book also, but I'm on page 200. I'm really loving this. It's so hard to put it down. It's just phenomenal. I'm just blown away by this and really loving this. Another one I might be through with by December. I'm on page 194. It's the third book. I think it's the final one too. The Elizabeth Webster series, Elizabeth Webster and the Chamber of Stolen Ghosts by William Lashner. I don't know if he has any more middle grade besides this series, but I'm gonna look, and if not, I really hope he has more. His writing style is so amazing, and mainly because of the dialogue like that he comes up with, and their banter and the humor, like it's like dry humor and this wit. It's just phenomenal. I've just been blown away by this series, and I am loving it. And I'm so sad this is the last book, but I just love this. Another one I might be finished with, Judith Eagles, The Accidental Stowaway. Oh, and I always forget. Owl's Nest Publishers had sent me this. Thank you so much. I bought this myself. And the author had reached out to me and sent me this. Thank you so much to Judith Eagle. And it's The Accidental Stowaway. And I love The Parafair by her, which I bought myself. And The Secret Starling, which I had purchased myself and I hadn't read yet. So I read that before I picked this one up. Loved it. And I'm loving this one so far too. It's on a ship. It reminds me of like the Titanic, but it's not the Titanic. I'm on page 180. I read the synopsis for this in a book haul too, but I just love her writing. She does such a great job. The author had sent me this, The Haunting of the Old Yellow House on Millard Road by D.A.L. Just a short, spooky kind of read on page 68. I do get confused sometimes because that's down the wrong character name in a sentence instead of actually been talking about, and so I have to keep going back to reread to make sure I don't know how to explain it. Interested to see what happens. And then Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. I've had it forever, but I was putting off reading it till it was closer to release day because there wasn't a release day for a while. And then HarperCollins sent me this. Thank you so much. And then I saw the author said how it was getting pushed back because of some delays. And so I think it's finally out now. But when I went to read it, of course, my copy jumps from page 52 to 85. So I'm technically on page 53, but it jumps to 85. So I have to get that older copy that I have, and I have to look for it and find it. So I've had to put a hold on this one. And then the author had sent me this, Sarah Lloyd, Emma Murphy, and the Ultimate Power. And I just started this one, and it's a thicker one, so I'll probably still be reading it. I'm on page 43, and I read the synopsis of this in a book haul recently. But so far I'm really enjoying this. Like, it's so intriguing, like such a great idea. I'm just loving it. And then of course I'm loving this. This is the 9th and final book of this particular series, Murder Most Unladylike, Death Set Sail by Robin Stevens. On page 32. The opening, how it opened, has me kind of upset, and I hope that's just that it's not what it appears. But I love the series so much, and as soon as I finish this one, I'm going to start the first of the new spin-off series with the sister of one of the characters. So, I'm loving this. Sad it's the last one, though. Okay. Now, just like with Spooky Season TBR, this is mostly cold or Christmassy type books, even if they might not. There might be a couple that even if they don't, like literally just a couple, if they don't have cold or Christmas inside, they just give me some type of feeling. First, I'll start with a classic. I brought 2 of my editions. I don't know if I have any more. I think these are where we're at. This one's a shorter one, but A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens and Robert Ingpen. I love his illustrations, and I have a lot of his editions of books, and they're usually bigger, like thicker, I mean, but this is just so beautiful, just like those. It's a naked hardback, and like I've seen many editions of the movies hundreds of thousands of times, but unless when I was younger and don't remember, I've never read the actual book. So that's that edition. And then the annotated edition of The Christmas Carol, illustrated by John Leach. And it's A Christmas Carol in Prose. I have a couple of stories with this type of edition, and they're just so beautiful. And it says this includes the original 1843 text of A Christmas Carol, an illuminating introduction about the writing, publication, and reception of A Christmas Carol, countless annotations drawing on vast amounts of primary sources and previously unknown material, the original 1867 public reading text, which has not been reprinted in nearly 100 years, over 100 illustrations by John Leach, George Cruikshank Fizz, Gustave Doré, John Tenniel, Sol Aitins Jr., and other artists. So very excited. And then a Christmas series I've had for 3 years now. I really want to get read, especially so I can watch the Netflix movie of the first one, A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. I had it on my last year's TBR too, and just didn't get to it. A few things you should know about Santa Claus. He was once a kid just like you. His name was Nicholas, but his parents called him Christmas. He had only one toy, a doll carved out of a turnip, but he was happy with his turnip and the simple life he led with his father, until something terrible happened. Something that sent Nicholas on a quest all the way to the North Pole over frozen lakes and snow-capped mountains to the magical village of Elfham. As Nicholas faced off against elves, trolls, and pixies and made lifelong friends with a surly flying reindeer, he was transformed from an ordinary boy into the big-hearted chimney-shimmying Santa we all know and love. In the next book, The Girl Who Saved Christmas, and Father Christmas and Me, and this is a naked hardback. And then these two little ones that appear to go with it, they're naked hardbacks too, like The Truth Pixie and The Truth Pixie Go to School. So hopefully I can get you those. And then some Ben Miller books, The Night I Met Father Christmas, another one I've had forever and really want to finally read it. Jackson knows all about the flying reindeer. He knows about the elves and the secret North Pole workshop. He knows about the magic that allows Father Christmas to deliver presents around the world in just one night. But there's one thing he doesn't know. How did Father Christmas become Father Christmas? That all changes when one Christmas Eve, Jackson meets Father Christmas and hears his incredible story. So begins an adventure into a magical snowy landscape where Torval, a mean-spirited elf, is about to discover the true meaning of Christmas. This might not have been the story Jackson was expecting, but as Father Christmas tells him, no good story ever is. And then I know there's a second one coming out of this one, but when I got this was kind of expensive. It's very tiny. I don't know if I will be getting the second one. So, but it's Diary of a Christmas Elf. I mean, I might one day, like when it's not the crazy price. Tog finally has his dream job as a toy-making elf in Santa's workshop, but making marvelous presents is harder than it looks, especially when Tog discovers that someone has been stealing them. With time running out, can he use his magic to uncover the thief and save Christmas? And then these two, I think it's just because they're blue and because he wrote Christmas stories, but Ben Miller, The Day I Fell into a Fairy Tale. And the companion, The Night we got stuck in a story. And if it bugs you that if they have different sizes, they're different sizes. So it just gives me vibe. I don't know. It might just be because of the blue and because he has written Christmas stories. But hidden amongst the shelves is a portal to the world of fairy tales, but not the ones where everyone gets a happily ever after. These are the real stories, the dangerous ones that only brave children should read. And Lana must summon all her courage because the fairy tale world is in danger. Can she convince Harrison to join her, to believe again before it's too late? Love fairy tales. Then winter vibes, totally. Very Rich by Polly Horvath. So beautiful. Now a synopsis on the back. Okay, all it says is, every new adventure brings Rupert closer to understanding his family and his place in it in this magical and darkly funny story about finding oneself. But I did read the synopsis online and I was very intrigued, so can't wait to finally read that. Another wintry one. I think I have all of this author's books now. And I got another one on the way from her. That's another wintry one. Murder in Midwinter by Flora Hitchcock. If looks could kill, when Maya takes a photo from the top of a bus, she has no idea of the trouble it will bring. The bright shop window is gorgeous, but the couple arguing in front of it look as if they want to kill each other. And when her flash goes off, they look as if they want to kill her too. Then a body turns up. The police suggest that Maya should go away for a while, somewhere remote, somewhere safe. Her aunt's farm in the Welsh mountains is a perfect place to hide. and soon it's snowing hard enough to cut them off completely. No one can get in and no one can get out, but does that mean there's nothing to fear? Love a good mystery. Another one I've had forever. I really want to read it. The Toy Maker's Apprentice by Sherry L. Smith. Stefan Drosselmeyer is a reluctant apprentice to his toy maker father until the day his world is turned upside down. His father is kidnapped, and Stefan is enlisted by his mysterious cousin, Christian Drosselmeyer, to find a mythical nut that will save a princess who has been turned into a wooden doll. Embarking on a wild adventure across the continent, Stefan must save Wadavia's princess and his own father from the fanatical Mouse Queen and her 7-headed mouse prince, both of whom have sworn to destroy the Drosselmeyer family. Snow in Summer by Jane Yolen. I've heard so many great things about this author, and I've quite a few of her books, so very excited to read something finally. This is like upper middle grade, I think. With her black hair, red lips, and lily white skin, Summer is as beautiful as her father's garden, and her life in the mountains of West Virginia seems like a fairy tale. Her parents sing and dance with her, cousin Nancy dotes on her, and she is about to get a new baby brother. But when the baby dies soon after he's born, taking Summer's mama with him, Summer's fairy tale life turns grim. Things get even worse when her father marries a woman who brings poisons and a magical mirror into Summer's world. Stepmama puts up a pretty face, but Summer suspects she's up to no good. Is Summer powerless to stop her? So, anyway. And Secret Santa Society by S.R. Kramer. Beautiful cover. Santa and his elves are real. That's the discovery Ethan and Aubrey Wilson make when they follow an elf through the magical door painted on the graffiti-filled wall across their street. The two siblings meet the special operations elves of Outpost Jingle Jangle. These elves don't make toys, but Christmas miracles. They're inducted into the Secret Santa Society and told to protect the tree topper, the idea that Santa and his elves must remain a secret. They're asked to help plan the star, the year's biggest miracle, meant to transform their Florida hometown in ways they couldn't imagine before. They must do it all while avoiding the notice of their parents, teachers, classmates, and a secret organization obsessed with proving the existence of Santa Claus. Will a little Christmas magic and a lot of planning allow them to succeed? And The Christmas Pig by J.K. Rowling. So pretty. Jack loves his childhood toy, Ger Pig. DP has always been there for him, through good and bad, until one Christmas Eve something terrible happens. DP is lost. But Christmas Eve is a night for miracles and lost causes, a night when all things come to life, even toys. So Jack and the Christmas Pig, DP's irritating replacement, embark on a breathtaking journey through the magical land of the lost. With the help of a talking lunchbox, a brave compass, and a winged thing called hope, they set out to rescue the best friend Jack has ever known from the terrifying toy-crunching loser. Very intrigued by that. The Gallery by Laura Marks Fitzgerald. I've had forever and need to read too. Millionaire heiress Rose Sewell was once the talk of the town, but no one has heard from her in ages. She hasn't left her room in years. Her newspaper magnate husband has a staff to tend to his eccentric wife, so he can instead focus on tending to his riches. Alphonse, the footman, knows a great deal more than he'll admit. Martha's ma, the head of the household staff, oversees everything, but is blind to the most obvious, devastating deception of all. And at the center of this house filled with secrets sits the gallery, which just might hold the key to revealing what everyone is hiding. And at the top, something is afoot in the Sewell mansion. 12-year-old Martha, the new kitchen maid, is going to find out what it is. Love a good mystery. Like I said, I don't know. Like I've said before, maybe it's just because it's blue. I don't know, but I want to read it in the winter. Griffin's Castle by Ginny Nemo. They're all bundled up, and it looks like snow and doesn't look like snow at the same time, but I'm going with it. Magic happens when stolen animals come to life. After years of moving around, 11-year-old Dinah is determined to make a rundown old mansion home for her and her mother. Lonely and friendless from constantly moving, Dinah finds herself wishing the animal statues protecting a nearby Welsh castle could keep her company. Suddenly, to Dinah's surprise, the stone animals begin to magically spring from the walls and follow her home. At first, Dinah welcomes the unusual beasts as they watch over her. But when the animals refuse to let Dinah leave the house, she quickly realizes that these mysterious creatures aren't rescuing her, they are imprisoning her. Very interested in that trilogy. And there's snow on the first two, and then they're at the lake in the third one. Pumpkin Falls Mystery Series by Heather Vogel Frederick. First one, Absolutely Truly. And Yours Truly. And then Really Truly. At almost 6 feet tall, 12-year-old Truly Lovejoy stands out in a crowd whether she likes it or not. She doesn't. So when her family up and moves to teeny tiny, super boring Pumpkin Falls, New Hampshire, Truly doesn't stand a chance of blending in. But when helping out at the family bookstore one day, Truly finds a mysterious letter inside an old copy of Charlotte's Web, and soon she and her new friends are swept up in a madcap treasure hunt around town. While chasing clues that could spell danger, Truly discovers there's more to Pumpkin Falls than meets the eye. and that blending in can be overrated. I didn't read that for so long. And then The Winter King by Christine Cohen. I think it's upper middle grade, and I've been wanting to read for quite a while now. Doesn't say much, it just says, a village trapped in winter, a tyrannical god, and a girl who would do anything to keep her family alive. And then The Adventures of Letty Peppercorn by Sam Gayton. I have this forever. I want to read it. There's a theme. Beautiful illustration. Don't set a foot upon Albion, for it can kill you. Letty Peppercorn cannot go outside, Ma told her so, right before Ma disappeared forever. So Letty's house is on stilts, and she is stuck with only the wind and a pigeon for friends. Nothing exciting ever happens to her until one winter's night when a man with an icicle beard comes to the door. He claims to be an alchemist, the greatest that ever lived, and he is here to sell Letty his newest invention, an invention that will change her life and the world forever. An invention called snow. But snow is not only a secret the alchemist holds. He knows where Letty's Ma is, and Letty is determined to get Ma back, even if it means risking her own life to follow the alchemist. Hope to read this year finally. These are ones I'd all gotten off. I made a little one row on my bookshelf, so I just put a bunch of Christmas wintery looking reads, but I've gotten some since then. So I'm gonna go grab those. And I recently showed them in a book haul, so I'm not gonna read the synopsis, but Virtually Christmas by David Baggio. Operation Nativity by Jenny Pearson. Very excited about this one. All the Cold Vibes. The Miraculous Sweet Maker, The Frost Fair by Natasha Hastings. This is the UK edition. The Humbug the Elf Who Saved Christmas by Stephen Butler. And this was an anticipated release video, I believe, so I won't read the synopsis, but very excited for this. And Illustrated. And then a couple of sequels. The second in the Kringle Set Chronicles, Return of the Queen by Dawn Treacher. She had sent me the first one. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what happens next. And then, and highly anticipated release, the second in the Christmas Carols, The Christmas Competition by Mel Taylor Besant. I love the first one. It was so just cute, heartwarming, humor, full of all the atmospheric vibes, amazing illustrations. Can't wait to dive back in. Yeah, that's it for this video. These are just some of what I want to read. And last year I think I did winter reads and Christmas reads that I recommend, and the ones that I haven't read that I want to read. So I did a bunch last year. I don't think I've read any that much more to make a video since those. I'll have to look through my Goodreads, but anyway, have you read any of these? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.